Hi all, welcome to my little blog on how to make a bespoke pair of trousers. So I'm giving you a little glimpse into my little world of actually making these bespoke tweed trousers for a customer. Now I'm on the section I'm actually putting a pocket bag in, so you can see this is what they call sleisure. It's proper pocketing. You put in jacket pockets and trouser pockets. And it's very stable. It's pretty thick. So the durability of this it will last for many years. Now I'm making a slant pocket trousers. There's many pockets, which I probably will guide you through them over time. But majority of customers will have slanted pockets. It's what most customers, when they buy trousers, they are slants. So it's actually on the slant. Now I'm actually hand stitching. You can machine stitch on the edge, well, what they call a width of the foot, which is 1/2 centimetre from the edge of the actual pocket. But in real bespoke tailoring, we hand stitch. Now, because I've actually put a piece of edge tape inside, a bit of fusible, because the slant actually goes on the pretty much. It will stretch because it's nearly going on the bias, so you've got to be a bit careful. Some tailors won't put a piece of tape inside. I do, but it does make it a little bit thicker, but I like that thickness because it gives it more stability, the edge of the actual slanted trousers. So each tailoring company's got their own methods, their own ways. Now I'm actually stitching 1/2 centimetre in. You can probably see that. And it's what we call stab stitching. Because this is quite a thick tweed, I can only really stab stitch through this. Stab stitching is you actually go down, so you come up through the fabric and you go down just fractionally behind. So just fractionally behind where you left off the last stitch. So I'm just fractionally behind it. Then I'll go through the fabric with the needle. Be able to see that. And it forms a tiny little back stitch. Then I'll come up in front again. I'll use my little thumb, my nail, as a little guide how far front I want to come. And I'll come back up, go back slightly, and go through. And that's what we call stab stitching. And traditionally, bespoke jackets, the edges of all bespoke jackets were done this way. But as fabric has got lighter and lighter, a lot of tailors will backstitch. So I'm sure some of you know what backstitch is. So I'll just go behind the stitch here and I'll just go through. Sometimes I'll go through, or sometimes I'll just pick up the last bit of the fabric just before it goes through and then go forward. And that's what they call backstitch. But I can't do it on this. As you can see, I'm having troubles because it's so thick. So I have to stab stitch this. And on all bespoke work we do, especially the real bespoke world, we have to do lots of hand stitching. So this is what we call edge stitching. There's many names to it: pick stitching, edge stitching, prick stitching. So I'm doing stab stitching. And I do this for all of my trousers. I never ever machine stitch. It just gives, if you're charging lots of money, it's just the workmanship and the quality of what you are doing. Customers will respect you more. I'm not a factory. I'm a one-man designer and a tailor, so I want all my work to be pretty much exemplary. I want it to be as accurate as I can, and I want it to look, the aesthetics of it, it's got to look, well, you always try and strive for perfection, but some of us can never ever be perfect. But if we strive for it, we will get there. So you can see what I'm doing now. So I'm just stab stitching this right to the end now. So you can opt, if you want to machine stitch it, you can, but for high quality bespoke work, most bespoke tailors will opt to pick stitch, edge stitch, and that's it. So hopefully you've had a little glimpse into my little world, and I'm going to, hopefully you'll continue to watch me on this journey of completing these trousers. So I'm just going to give you little tips along the way. If you want to make trousers, you'll be able to see what I do. Of course, this is on my course, so I do teach this intensive course on how to cut, not only cut the trousers to your measurements, but actually make them up in the traditional Savaro style way, because I do virtually the same way at Savaro, and I'm a fraction of the cost of Savaro. And there is my, you can't see this, but you'll see little indentations along this 1/2 centimetre coming in, and that is hand stitched right along the slant. So hopefully you'll join me on my next little segment. So as you know what I'm going to say to you all, ciao for now, and I'll see you later.